Hey everyone, it's Amy. What's up? Okay, so, oh my goodness. Coming at you live from Yokohama. Da, da, da. Well, the Olympics are happening now, I guess. I don't even know. So, I don't know. It's crazy, kind of crazy to me. But it's like, I hope they go fine, I guess. I don't know, I have mixed emotions. Kantan! What's up? All right. Yes. So, yeah, Olympics. I don't know. Mixed feelings on that, mixed emotions. But you know what it is? It's very hot in my office. And of course, as usual, I was making slides up until the very last minute because that's how I roll, very slowly, I guess. Oh well. So yeah, hello, and I hope you guys had a fantastic week. And I had a pretty good week. I'm super excited for tomorrow because tomorrow, of course, I have both my husband and we have our first COVID vaccine. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. Oh my gosh, the light is finally shining at the end of the tunnel. So I hope that a lot more people can get vaccinated. I know that some of my foreign friends have been having trouble making a reservation, and I know some of my Japanese friends have been having troubles making reservations, but I really hope that everybody can get vaccinated sooner rather than later. So yes, so even though I'm very excited for myself, it's kind of selfish, sorry. But I really hope that everybody can get vaccinated as soon as possible. So, but I'm really excited because, of course, as you all know, I was supposed to have my first one already, but that one got delayed. But that's okay because tomorrow, oh my God, fingers crossed, please cross your fingers for me. I really, really hope that it'll be okay tomorrow. I hope that I filled out the forms correctly and we don't forget anything. We're both taking our bags. I have everything I need in my bag, and my husband has his medicine notebook, which we don't have those in the US, by the way. So it's kind of it's almost like a small medical history. So Americans, we're very, very like, don't look at my medical history. In Japan, it's like, sure, take a look at my notebook, whatever. Like, and personally, I don't care. But there's a lot of people in the US that are like, don't look at my notebook. Well, we don't have it because I think that it might cause some problems. So yeah, we really love our privacy in some ways, but then in other ways, we're like, take all my information. I don't know. But I think that Americans generally are pretty skeptical about many different things. Yeah. So yeah. So Kanchan, how are you? Are you doing okay? I tried to say hello to you last week, but you left. I wanted to say hi. But I guess you were working in the garden, so maybe you were too sweaty. But I want to say hi. Don't worry. It's okay. It's just me. Okay. Hey, Atsuko. Atsuko is here. Hi, Atsuko. I miss you. Even though I saw you on Wednesday. It's okay. I have coffee. Yay. Even though it's almost 9 at night. I love coffee. It's yummy. This one's really weak too. You can see the color. It's so weak. So I didn't make my strong coffee. I made a weak coffee because then I can sleep tonight. So yeah, although I'm gonna be so excited. So I hope I can sleep tonight. I'm nervous about honestly, I'm nervous about getting there because it's going to take a little over an hour to get there. So I'm hoping that, and we have to take 2 trains and a bus. So I'm hoping that the connections are really smooth. If we have rough connections, I might be a little late, and that would be not good for the vaccine. Then I'll have to do something. Yeah, I don't want to say bad things on the thing, because then they'll be like, oh, she's serious. I'm like, no, I'm just weird. Don't listen to what I'm saying. So right now I have my air conditioner is on. My electric fan is blowing on my legs. And then I have my kitty fan. It's so nice. I love it. Hello, how are you? Did it work? Probably not. Yes, so I have that one blowing on me until I kind of cool down. So, yeah. But yes, oh my gosh, the closer tomorrow gets, the more and more excited I am. So now I'm like, like super, super, super excited. But, okay, calm down. It's okay. Yes. But yeah, you can see like my face. I'm like, oh man. Yeah, so good stuff. So, okay, I want to ask you guys, what do you think of my new Instagram series for Do Say This, or Don't Say This, Do Say That? So I got the idea from, I have this kind of, it's like a grammar reference book, and it's quite good. And they have this list. It's got 4 pages. First page is, so each one has 35 say this but not that. Hey, Yuta's here. Hi, Yuta. So they have 35 each. So there's 4 different levels. The first one we're doing now is like basic mistakes that people make. Second is intermediate mistakes. So if you're kind of not beginner but more intermediate, then these are the mistakes that you should pay attention to. Also basic, because many people make basic mistakes, and that's fine, but just be aware of different kind of small mistakes that people make. It's not a big deal. Just if we can learn, that's great. So that's the basic, the intermediate, the advanced. So what's this one? This is very advanced. So even if you have a high TOEIC score, even if you feel like you've studied English for a long time and you feel a little bit fluent, double check, because maybe you're making some mistakes that maybe doesn't affect your communication. So honestly, I say don't worry about it. If it doesn't affect communication, I don't want people to feel poorly about themselves, like, oh, I can't speak English, or I'm not doing well. If you can communicate, you're doing great, okay? So don't worry about being perfect. In fact, when I was making today's slides, I asked my husband, wait, what is this, or what are these, because of the answer. And he also wasn't sure, because, of course, it's a little bit different because we teach English, but if we were just talking to each other as 2 native speakers, we would use incorrect grammar, because the point would be communicated. And that seriously is the number one important thing, not perfect grammar. Hey! Hello, Ann! How are you? So I was just saying on how you don't have to be perfect at English to communicate. So again, you'll see a little bit later how I was thinking about PC and pasokon. So PC and pasokon, it's not complicated exactly, but it is a little bit nuanced. So I want to clear up a little bit of the nuance today. So we're going to do that. And yeah, so that'll be good. But yeah, so even native speakers together, and we're both English teachers. So we're both native speakers, we're both English teachers. And we were like, well, I'm not sure. Maybe it's this, maybe it's the other thing. So what I ended up doing is I ended up changing the answer to match the question. But because question and answer should always match. So for example, if you have a WH question, who, what, when, where, why, and how, then they're never yes or no questions. So if I say, what is that? Yes. What? What are you talking about? No. Huh? I don't understand. So you can't communicate that way. So that's what I mean by the communication is bad in that case. So that's bad communication. Where is the bookstore? Yes. I didn't ask, is there a bookstore? Yes. That's a yes-no, right? But if we have it like a WH, it's not going to be a yes-no question. So it's something that when I teach TOEIC, that's, you really have to focus on what is the question. Especially I'm working with one student in particular. Right now we're working on his, the listening portion. And in part 2, it's very tricky sometimes, where they'll say like, didn't the files come in? Or didn't the files come in? And the correct answer is like, you know, they're in the shed or something. What? It's not clear. But as a native speaker, like I get it. Like, but what they're trying to do is that on TOEIC and exams like this, their goal is to test everyday situations, everyday English, especially in a business setting. So yeah, it's kind of tricky sometimes. But yeah, he's actually doing quite well, so I'm very proud of him. So yes, so if he's watching, hello, you know who you are. So let's see. Okay, so now that we've got a few people, let's go ahead and get started. So something that I love to hear, and this it happens pretty frequently, so it really makes me happy because, you know, I don't do a lot of book English. So books are a great tool, but you have to get yourself up out of the books because written English is oftentimes very different from real, everyday communicative English. See, mistakes, they happen. It's no problem. All right, so let's take a look at the first one. I did this really pretty rainbow. I hope you guys like it. So rainbow, yay! So I often hear hajimete kita. So this is, how can we say this in English? So this is one of those, you know, short sentences that it's, you know, whenever I hear it, I'm like, yes, I taught you something new. How can we say this in English? Any guesses? All right, so let's take a look. It's the first time for me to hear that. It's the first time for me to hear that. So hajimete kita. So it's the first time hajimete, right? For me to hear that. So first time here. It's the first time for me. Maybe not for A, maybe not for B, but for me. Okay? All right, let's see here. What else do we have? Okay. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. Because I did something cute, and this is not cute. Bam! See, same picture though. Okay, what is this? What is this? What do you think? I think that most of my students would probably say pasakon or PC, right? But, are you ready? This is not a pasakon. Okay, again, it's a little bit nuanced, okay? Because this is a personal computer, but it's not the only type of personal computer, okay? So what these are actually, so this is not, right? This is not. So, and here's the one where I was like, how do I say this is a peripheral? No, because it's more than one, and ah. So these are peripherals. So a keyboard, a mouse, a monitor, and a desktop computer. So you can see here, this is the desktop computer. We have the monitor over there that you can see the display, a keyboard, of course, you know, and a mouse to click, okay? So all of these components, all of these pieces together make a PC, okay? So let's move on. So what is this? I have one of these. I like it a lot. It's really, oh no, I don't have this exact type. I have a little bit different one. Okay, so what is this? I think many people will say it's a notebook or notebook computer, which is technically correct. It is sometimes called that, but remember, I'm from Silicon Valley. I don't really hear this very often, okay? My husband is not from Silicon Valley, but he's from California, just maybe about an hour, 90 minutes away from Silicon Valley. He was in the IT industry before coming to Japan. He also, I asked him, do you call it a notebook PC? He says, no, not at all, never. So, but this is called, where is it? This is a laptop or a laptop computer. What is a lap? A lap is when you sit down, it's the top of your legs. So when you're, so here, let me do this. So it's a laptop or a laptop computer. So when you're sitting down, right? So you have this space on your legs. This is your lap. When you stand up, there's no lap, right? When you sit down, there's your lap, okay? So laptop. So it's the desktop because it's either on your desk or, oh man, I've had desks that have a special space for the desktop computer. Yeah, so I've had some pretty cool desktops too. I had one that it had like different colored lights on the inside and clear sides, and you could see the fan going. It was pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, so now we talked about desktop computers and laptop computers, okay? So, okay, all right. Now, what is this? This is not a desktop computer. This is not a desktop PC. This is not a laptop. What is this? Any ideas? There's this very specific icon that you can look for. This is a Mac. It's made by Apple. And if you look, I put a red circle. I couldn't make it smaller, sorry. But you can see the Apple logo. on the PC. So it is a PC, but usually when we say PC, it's going to be a Windows machine. When we say Mac, it's going to be an Apple machine. So that's the big difference here, okay? All right, so what about an Apple laptop? Okay, because we have the desktop right here. This is the desktop version. It's called a Mac, okay? Did you notice? So we see a monitor, we see a keyboard, we see a mouse. There's no desktop. But what Apple has been doing, they kind of do it and then they stop doing it and then they do it again. What they'll put the actual computer part into the monitor. So it becomes like a one-piece unit. So with PCs, with Windows machines, it's almost always separate. So with Apple, they oftentimes, depending on the year, they will put them together, okay? Which kind of makes it convenient, but then if there's a problem, it becomes kind of a nightmare to fix. Okay, so now we have the laptop version, and you can see that Apple right there. What is this? This is our last one, okay? So it's like, what is this? I don't know. All right, so what is this? Let's find out now. This is a MacBook. A MacBook. And it's also, of course, made by Apple. Yes. And made by Apple. So oftentimes I will tell my students, you know, I went by car, I went by train, I went by bike, like, but this by is really where we use by frequently. Who's it made by? Which, again, not grammatically correct, but this is the way we talk. The way we speak, rather. So it's made by Apple, okay? All right. Whew. Are you tired yet? So many computer words. And of course you got smartphones and iPhones and all that different stuff. So, because a smartphone is usually Android. So that's kind of a Google interface or Google operating system. So it's like Windows, Macintosh, which is Mac, or Google is the Android for smartphones. Okay, you also have Windows. I don't know if there's any Windows mobile phones right now, but before I had an iPhone, I had a Windows mobile phone, and it was good for the time. Now it's like, oh, I can't do anything with this, but it was good for the time. So, yeah. I love technology, in case you couldn't tell. Technology is so much fun. All right, so let's move on. We are done with our computer lecture. So basically, PC is Windows machines. Mac, Apple machines. That's kind of the difference. So when I say PC, I'm talking about a Windows machine. I have a PC. I also have an iPhone. I also have an iPad. Well, I have an iPad mini. So, but yeah, when we call them these things, the listener understands clearly which manufacturer it's from. So I don't say I have a smartphone, I say I have an iPhone. Okay? All right, next. Let's do some pronunciation. Okay, so today we're going to do S versus sh. This is something that quite a few of my students have problems with. So let's take a quick look. Okay, so we'll take a quick look and we'll say S, S. So there's no tongue out. It's just using my teeth and not really my lips because S. So I'm just using my teeth when I say S. And air is coming out. So that's how we make this sound. So shh, shh. Did you see? My lips stuck out a bit. Shh, shh. Okay? So again, so sh, s, yeah. Both are air coming out. What I was doing right there, in case you were wondering, I was feeling my voice box to see if there was any vibration, any in my voice box. Oftentimes there are. For this one, for s and sh, there are not. So I was thinking maybe sh, no, but no, it's air. So there's two types of sounds in English, voiced and unvoiced. Voiced is where the voice box vibrates. So sounds like b or v, they vibrate in your throat, okay? And if we have classes together, I've probably showed you the where it's the same mouth shape, but voiced or unvoiced. So an unvoiced sound is only air is coming out. There's no vibration in the voice box. So when I say the voice box, sorry, I'm a little fat, so I will kind of just show you. So you have bones here. So can you see my bones? No, you can't see my bones. They're too fat. So there's bones so you have your collarbones, and they're right about here, okay? My collarbones end here. And right there in the middle, this is my voice box, okay? So let's do it together. Let's find your bones, okay? Here's my bones. And then right in the middle, that is my, so in the middle and up just a little bit, okay? That is my voice box. Can you see? So here's my bones, here's the voice box, okay? And when we're speaking English, I've noticed for Japanese is spoken from the mouth. The voice box isn't really used. Sometimes in like old samurai movies, they're like, brr, 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 and they're using a kind of a deeper voice. But when we are speaking Japanese, it's usually higher up in the mouth. The throat is high and we're speaking highly, okay? But when we're speaking English, it goes a little deeper into the throat, okay? So when I say throat, I mean nodo, okay? So nodo ga chotto chikai, okay? Chikaku. I don't know. So, yeah, so the voice goes down, okay? And this is why the vowels or the boin, it's so difficult for Japanese people, including children, to understand and to repeat these sounds because they are coming from the throat, okay? That's something we'll talk about another time. I think did we talk about that already? I don't know. I'll have to check my show notes. So if we haven't talked about it, I want to tell you about it because it's very, very, very important for pronunciation, especially things like bat versus bet or but or bit. So it just changes in the throat. Anyways, let's go back to s and sh because that's what we're doing today. All right. Okay. So what we have here, I'm sorry, I'm saying so a lot today. I'm excited. So pronunciation exercise. So I saw you, sir. I saw you, sir. And he wore a short shirt. He wore a short shirt. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off so that you can see my mouth and make sure that I have my notes here. So saw. So when you see S-A-W, the A-W sound, unless it's in the beginning of the word, like off, no, because that's also it's also A-W. I cannot think of a word that has A-W in it. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, okay. So A-W, it's just ah. It's never ow. No. Get the W sound out of there. The W is silent. Don't ask me why. English is crazy, okay? So, aw, awesome, awful, saw, okay? It's open, ah. It's one of the easiest sounds to make is ah, ah. Although it's a little bit low, okay? So, ah, awesome, awful, saw, paw, caw, okay? All of these are AW spelling, okay? But the sound is ah, okay? So I saw you, sir, and is one of those things. Did you see my mini live? Remember the mini, it was 30 minutes, oh my God. I fail at mini. Because I like to talk to you guys, yeah. But anyways, so we have So, okay, take a look, okay, because we got good lighting today, okay? So, See how the tongue goes up? I don't know why. This is one of the most difficult sounds in English. It is also one of the most common sounds in English. So I'm so sorry, but if you want to have a good English accent, you have to learn, American English accent. You must learn how to say You must learn how to say okay? It's tough. So make sure the tongue goes up, It's not even the tip of the tongue. It's the sides of the tongue. So, I don't know. Can you see it? I don't know. But it's not like See, when I put the tip, it's a weird sound. That's a weird sound. It's the sides of the tongue. Okay. It's kind of curved, maybe. I don't know. Very strange. So I don't know I don't know how to make it. I just know how to make it. So, okay. So I saw you, sir. I saw you, sir. So you, see how the tongue is really filling the mouth? You. Okay, the tongue still goes up. I don't know. It's very tricky. It's annoying. So yeah, so I saw you, sir. I saw you, sir. So this is okay? The second one, okay? He wore, this is or. And again, see, the tongue is up at the end, or. See it? Okay. So he wore, this is or, a short, and or, shirt. So and Okay, so that's what this one, my original. So it's you can practice a lot of different sounds in this short sentence, which is why when I thought of it, I was like, that's a good one, write it down. So yeah, so I saw you, sir. He wore a short shirt. Okay, and don't worry about exaggerated mouth shapes, because think of children, okay? When children are learning Japanese, don't they make their mouths really big when they're trying to say something? It's the same kind of idea when you're really trying to learn English pronunciation. You kind of have to go back to being like a child, and you have to form this muscle memory. So the muscle memory, okay, here's a good example of muscle memory. Can you tie your shoes? Can you tie a shoelace? That's muscle memory. When you were a child, you learned how to tie. Now, as an adult, you don't think about, here's how I tie my shoe. No, you just do it. This is the same thing for language, okay? So when you have this this language component, it's or part, right? You should practice big, like right? Make it big because you're training the muscles in your face. There are your tongue is just one big muscle. Yeah, strong. So you should really focus on that, okay? Focus on creating the muscle memory. Once you create the muscle memory, you don't have to, just like how I'm speaking. I'm speaking, but I'm not, hey, my name is Amy. I'm like, that's weird, right? So, hello, how are you today? Like, oh my God, stop. It's scary. But when you're learning sounds, that's when it's important to exaggerate and make the shapes in your mouth big. Once your brain and mouth make that masterful connection, then you can stop exaggerating because it's been mastered. But it's not a matter of you can't decide when that happens. It's a matter of whether people can understand you or not. It's pretty tricky, I think. Okay, so one more time for the exercise and then we'll move on. I saw you, sir. I saw you, sir. He wore a short shirt. He wore a short shirt. Okay, and last time I will do it native speed. Okay, I saw you, sir. I saw you, sir. He wore a short shirt. He wore a short shirt. Okay, all right, let's move on. Oh, my eye is itchy. All right. Okay, let's do idiom time. Dun. All right, throw in the towel. So, tail, I give up, right? So this gesture, is also giving up, right? So it's to throw in the towel. This is from boxing, okay? So boxing, if you've ever seen a boxing match, you have two or more people kind of involved in each corner, okay? You have the actual fighter, and then you have the coach. So the coach is not just watching and encouraging and saying, hey, fight him here, or punch there, or hey, he's looking some particular way, but also the coach is there to help the fighter or the boxer if the boxer is in trouble, because the boxer cannot say, I give up. The boxer cannot give up. The coach must take the towel that he's wiping the sweat and throw it into the boxing ring. That signals to the referee the fighter gives up. But the fighter cannot give up by himself. It has to be by the coach. Okay? So, so to throw in the towel, but also, I give up, right? So to throw in the towel, yeah. All right, we have another idiom. We have 3 idioms today. What? No, we don't. No, we don't. We have 2 idioms today. Huh. All right. Wait. We had another one, and maybe I didn't save. I feel dumb. Maybe I didn't save that one. Shoot. Dang it. Oh well. Okay. Idiom time. A mile a minute. Very fast. So, yeah, it's just another way to say very fast. A mile a minute. So a mile is 2.56 kilometers, I think. I don't know. I'm not good with distance. But it just means very fast. So basically, when I am creating these, well, not just creating the slides, but also I have, it's a little complicated, and what I have to do is I have to make the slide, and then I have to save it to my phone. But like, I have to save it kind of in order, because then otherwise I'm like, wait, where's my slide? And it takes too long. So I don't want to disturb the flow of the broadcast. Yeah. So let's see. Yes. Okay. So yeah, sorry. I think I thrown the towel. Yeah, I just did not do it. Okay. So you know what? I will tell you what the other one was, and I apologize that I didn't show the slide. And I can't get the slide now because if I do, it'll stop broadcasting. It's a whole mess. Sorry. So the other one was out of hand. So out of hand. So basically means out of control. So out of hand is te no tsukeyo ga nai. Te no tsukeyo ga nai. Sorry, I know I'm not saying that properly. But yeah, so out of hand. So this classroom is getting out of hand. Be quiet, or something like that. Okay. Sorry about that. I knew it was 3 idioms. I was like, wait, why only 2? Show notes, thank you. All right. Next. Talking about lean. So lean, and the opposite of lean is fatty. F-A-T-T-Y. We don't say oily because oily is liquid. So if you have lean meat or fatty meat, it's not oily meat unless it has oil on it. Oil is liquid, meat is solid. So that's the difference, okay? Yeah, so lean. And maybe you know this about me, but Amy does not like fatty meat. She much prefers lean meat. Well, now, I put this in here on purpose. So, yeah, so Amy doesn't like fatty meat. She much prefers lean meat. What does it mean much prefers? I'm pretty sure this is correct English. I'm like 99.9% sure that it's proper English. Much prefers. So I would much rather eat lean meat versus fatty meat. I don't like fatty meat. Even though I'm fat, I don't like fatty meat. I like lean meat. So yes, I do. It's delicious. All right. What else do we have? Okay, so we have a couple of, these are from one of my TOEIC classes where my student had a question about the vocabulary in the books that we were using. So I wanted to, basically, if this is a good rule of thumb. So a rule of thumb, like thumb, a rule of thumb. Maybe Japanese have it too. I don't know. But anyways, a rule of thumb is, or a kind of a general rule. A general rule. Like, if the soil is dry, you should water your plant. That's a good rule of thumb to keep your plants alive. Which, my plant's still alive. I'm so happy. Look. Dun, 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 it's still alive. Yay! Oh, don't look at my garbage. Yes, so, yeah. So, that one's, my friend did such a good job. I very rarely have to water that plant. It's amazing. You did a good job, Hisaya. I love you. So, all right. So basically a good rule of thumb is if one person has a question about something, other people have the same question, okay? And that's why when this particular student has a question about some vocabulary, then I want to share it with you guys, because maybe you also don't know what this vocabulary word means. So this is over and above the TOEIC series of vocabulary words that I'm, working on getting out to you guys, okay? YouTube is getting a little slow. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of like small repetitive work. So I just need to do it. Okay, so we have two pieces of vocabulary? Maybe not. So 2 vocabulary words and sample sentences, okay? So let's take a look. If I can touch this. Merchandise. What is merchandise? So if you look at inside the word, you can maybe see the word merchant. So a merchant is someone who does what? A merchant is someone who sells things. So what does a merchant sell? A merchant sells merchandise. Okay? So it's basically things to buy. So here we go. So a wide range of official Disney merchandise was on sale. Okay? So some shop had a big variety of Disney merchandise, official Disney merchandise. What is the opposite of official? The opposite of official is bootleg. It's one word, and it's like a shoe, like a boot, and then leg, like your arm or your leg. So bootleg. Actually, because I'm American, we'd say bootleg, because we don't like the T sound in the middle of words. We just don't. So yeah, so a wide range of official Disney merchandise was on sale. Now, there's a slight difference between on sale and for sale. For sale means you can buy it. On sale means there's a discount. 5% discount, 10% discount, 70% max, that kind of thing. That's on sale. Okay? So, I got this t-shirt on sale. How much was it? Well, it was $15,000. Yeah, because I buy super expensive fashion. Always. No. Okay, so and then the last one here, and we're going to wrap it up, is directory. Directory. Any ideas? What is a directory? A directory. So a directory is, when you think about direct, so you think about like direction, right? Go this way, go that way. So a directory is usually, I feel like it's usually a list of names, whether it's personal names, shop names, okay? So if you go to a shopping mall and you look for the directory, so you have the map and the directory. So if you want to go to, I don't know, ABC Mart. Okay, no, Plaza. I like Plaza. So you want to go to Plaza and buy Amy something. Then if you go to Plaza, or if you want to go to Plaza, but you don't know where Plaza is, okay, you look at the directory. Here, let me take this down. So you get the directory, or you don't get the directory. You find the directory and the map. Usually the map is the big part, and you're like, there it is. That's the directory. And you look at the name list, and you'll be like, I know there's a Plaza in here somewhere. Plaza, there it is. right? So it's under like accessories or miscellaneous or Zaka or whatever. So you look and you're like, ah, there's Plaza. Okay, Plaza is in A21. Okay, then you look for that on the map. And then you look, oh, there's A21. Okay, where am I? Okay, I'm here. Okay, so I need to go left and, okay, then you can find the place. Also, there's another type of directory, and that's for business. Okay, well, okay, in a mall, it's also business, but it's more like shopping business. But this is like office business as well. So for office businesses and in offices, there's like a name directory. So for me, you would look up, oh, somebody calls the main line and says, hi, can I speak to Amy Erickson? And the receptionist says, sure, hold please. And then they look at the directory, and in the US, the names are usually family name and then a given name. So on the list it would say Erickson, comma, Amy. Okay, so they would look it up for E, and then there it is, extension 1234, and then they say, okay, I'll put you through, and then hold 1234, boop, and then it rings to me. So yes, so that's kind of the way that directories work. Okay, so it can be names of businesses, it can be people, workers' names. There's many different types of directories. Okay. Wow, so many hearts. I love it. Thank you. Okay, so let me give the last example here. So I couldn't find your number in the telephone directory. Okay, so there's another type of directory here. What is a telephone directory? It's kind of like they're going away now, aren't they? Because everybody just uses Google or something. So the telephone directory, it used to be, back in my day, I'm old, but there used to be books, like a book that you would go to the payphone, another dying thing because we have smartphones and we just dial and, hey, what's up? So what we used to do would be to, okay, let's say your car breaks down. You're driving, oh no, my car is broken. Okay, so let's find a payphone. Okay, you put some coins in, and oh, so many hearts. I love it. Thank you. So you go to a payphone, and before you start dialing, don't dial. Who are you calling? You don't know. So there's a big phone book. So it's a telephone directory. We also call it a phone book. So, boom. Okay, I need towing. Okay, or I need a mechanic. So, okay, I need to find a mechanic, and here's so many ads, and oh, this one looks pretty good. They specialize in my kind of car. Perfect. So I'll call this number, okay, and oh, they're open today, and they offer towing. So then you would call this number in the telephone directory. Hi, I'm at this place, and can you please come fix my car? So yes, that's basically how it works in terms of in terms of telephone directories. Okay, so yes, so that is it in terms of our slides for today. But yeah, so fantastic. Yes, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Wow. Shoot me full of drugs. But I'm sure that on Sunday I'll be crying like, oh, my arm hurts. But again, I hope that everybody can get vaccinated as soon as possible so that we can start to finally put this COVID nonsense behind us. And, my heart really goes out to everybody who has suffered at the hands of COVID. People who have been sick themselves, or hospitalized, or heaven forbid passed away because of COVID. It's a terrible disease, and the only good thing that has come of this is that the hope that I have been able to keep, because since it went all over the world, it was like, I don't want to say it was nice, because it was absolutely not nice. However, to have all of the world's scientists working on the same problem together, and countries who usually fight are working together to make a solution, because it affects everyone. COVID doesn't care if you are rich, if you are poor, if you are black, if you are white. It does not care at all. It just infects and spreads. So to see all of the world's scientists working together for a cure and a vaccine, something that we can move forward as a global society, it was really amazing to see. And because everybody was working well together, I could still keep hope in my heart that even though the damage all over the world was devastating and continues to be devastating, it's moving forward. We're not where we were at the beginning, where we had no idea what this was. Every day new information was coming out, and we just, as normal people, of course we're scared, because this is this invisible enemy. So we can't really fight against COVID. All we can do is wash our hands and stay home and wear a mask, and it's and trust that other people are also doing their due diligence. Just really it's been tough. It's been very tough. So to be able to see a light at the end of the tunnel, globally, it is not fair. It is not fair, and there are so many people who are desperate to receive a vaccine, and because of conflict in their country, or their maybe the country is poor, they don't have the access. And to me, I'm as an American, I have a very strong sense of fairness, and this really, of course I'm happy for myself, but that's not, it's selfish, and I feel a little guilty about feeling this way, about feeling so excited, but I really hope that everybody can receive a vaccine soon. Very, very soon. So the sooner the better for everyone to be able to receive medical care. This is something that should not be a luxury. And living in Japan, it's not a luxury. It's everybody has access. It's so wonderful. I really, really love Japan, especially in terms of health and safety. Health and safety is, for me, number one in Japan. It's really, really amazing. I love it. I wish that globally we could enjoy the health and safety that we do in Japan. So yeah. So my little political rant. Sorry. But so I'm really excited, but I do feel poorly for people who don't have the access yet. I'm hoping that they will get access soon, and that big companies don't just try to get more money. They don't need money. People need help. People are dying. So my heart goes out to them. It really does. So, yeah. Such a downer to end on. I don't want to end on a downer. It's too hot. I'll tell you about my lizard. Okay, final story for today. So, I live in an apartment. So I have 2 apartments. This is my downstairs office, and upstairs I live with my husband. And so whenever I go upstairs recently, this has happened like every night for the past week, 2 weeks. It's so funny. There's this little lizard, like from head to tail, it's like right here, right? And oh my gosh, this crazy lizard, he's so funny, he cracks me up. Goes and like, I'm just walking and I'm like, okay, here I go to my apartment, because we're like at the very end of the hallway. So, and I'm going and I'm walking, and then suddenly this lizard, oh, we have this little wall on the side, and this lizard goes like, and he's like running across. He's so funny. And I'm just like, if you just sat still, I wouldn't even notice you, you silly lizard. So, yeah, so he's just like, and he's like running because he's so scared of me, and because I'm giant compared to him, right? And then he stops. It's like, okay, lizard, what are you doing? And then, so of course, because I'm me, I stop and I'm like, okay, what are you doing? And he's like, so I'm like, okay, can I touch you? And he's like, yeah, and he just runs away. Oh my God, the lizard he cracks me up. Every single night we do the same thing. He's like, yeah, running, like, crazy lady is coming. So normally when I leave, the lizard's not there. When I come home, the lizard is there. So it was so nice. I didn't work at all today. It was really nice. And just this is all I'm doing today. So when I came down here to do this broadcast, the lizard was like, yeah, the other way. But there were 2 lizards. I'm like, oh my God, there's 2 of you now. But same thing. They're like, oh my God, run! Crazy giant is coming. It's ridiculous. I love it. Anyways, everybody else has left me. Just you, Kanchan. How about Kazumi? Is she there too? Hi, Kazumi. Yes. So yeah, my crazy lizard story. Okay, that's it for this week. I don't know how to end these things. It's so awkward. But anyways, so yeah, so thanks so much for joining me, and yeah, I will see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye.